What's going on, you guys? It is another edition of All My Friends Are Grown-Ups. I think this is our 8th episode of the uncut, unfiltered, and unfucking edited podcast of our daily bullshit and news around the world. We are pretty inspired today for this fucking edition.
Yeah. Super inspired. Holy inspired.
He's got the Holy Spirit flowing through him. So, oh my God, I don't know. I'm trying to gather my thoughts for this shit. So, we got a lot of shit going on, but nothing I can really hone in on right now. So let's see. Oh my God,
Shit.
man, I don't even know, man. So what? I mean, it's been what, about a month since we were on here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a couple weeks.
I know, and I realized, like, when I looked at the date, it's been a little over a month, and I was like, fuck. It's been that long since we've been able to hop on here.
Well, yeah. Life in general bullshit. And then we got the holiday nonsense.
Yeah, life gets in the way, the holiday bullshit. Speaking of which, you wanted to talk about some shit with the holidays, right? You were talking about?
I guess we can start off and see what we were up to.
I mean, probably like everybody else, I went and I saw... I saw the in-laws and... Well, not in-laws, because I'm not married, but I saw all the people that I see once a year and my brother's in-laws and all that shit, fuck if I'm getting married anytime soon.
It's a trap.
Yeah, I just... that's weird. I thought about this, like, the other day. It was like... I don't know if I brought it up to you at work, but I brought it up to somebody in the girl line. I was like, that's one of the only licenses that we don't, like, renew consistently. Like your marriage license, like you need a marriage license. Like,
yeah,
it's really weird. Like you get pulled over for like a cop, and you have to prove to the like if you're going to a new bar, for instance.
Yeah,
it's like you have to go in and show him your license, and you're like, hey, you got to prove to him that you can drive drunk. It's like, oh, I could legally do this. I have my license. You have to show him your license to get in to drink.
You can't drive drunk.
No, I know, but it's like it's ironic because I was asked your license is your form of ID around here.
Yeah.
And it's like you show them your license. It's like, bro, I can legally leave this bar and drive right now. Like you're not supposed to, but like it's kind of ironic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's fucking ironic.
It's not that problem what you do.
It's pretty ironic. Yeah. But I thought about that with marriages, and I was like, don't you think like those prenuptial agreements and shit should be something that you renew instead of being like a one-time gig? Like every so many months, you guys review your marriage, and if like the guy or girl doesn't want to re-up it, you got to talk about it because then it's like, I don't know, this isn't working out.
Yeah, every couple years, you go to marriage council.
Right? Yeah, like something has to be done. Like if you don't want to re-up it,
I can't stand this guy. It's been a year.
Yeah.
I keep telling him about it. He still chews like a fucking animal.
And if you, as a partner in that relationship, choose to move on.
Yeah.
And they don't want to re-up it, I mean, like, it's at your own risk then.
It's true.
Yeah,
what do you do when one wants to and when the other one doesn't?
That's what I mean.
It's like the dude's like, yeah, I'm kind of happy with my family. And the chick's like, yeah, I kind of want to go back to being a whore.
Right? I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's the one license that we don't have to show.
This guy at work, I want to
like, I mean, I would do that shit. Like, if I was bouncing a fucking... I mean, like, if I had to, like, yeah, I'm married to that hot chick over there, this big fat dude, I'd be like, let me see some identification. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, everyone has points.
Yeah, I mean, you do see those couples sometimes though. Where like I've seen them like in walking around Walmart or like other. I mean, Walmart's not a good example, but I've seen it. Where you're like, how did that fucking guy get with that chick? You know what I mean? Like, dude.
I don't know. Maybe he's either funny, got a giant penis, or you know what I mean,
or he's got money.
Yeah, or he's funny.
Funny, money, or penis?
Yeah, or she has very low self-esteem.
There's a lot of daddy issues out there.
Or a kink. Maybe she likes that guys.
Yeah.
That's
That's definitely the minority, though, out of that. It's usually something more deep.
Aware.
Yeah. It's definitely something more deep than that. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird fucking world. I don't know.
I know. I love it and I hate it. Kind of wish there would be. I kind of wish COVID like knocked off a couple more though. at least like a good 25-30% of the human race. I think the world would be a better place.
Honestly, and this is gonna sound like psychotic, but yeah, like
I think
we needed it as a human race.
Yeah, it didn't hurt like the deers.
Listen,
Another plague. I always said
The good
we
person
need
in me
another
wants to
plague.
pretend and wants to be like, hey, listen, like the capacity for human life on Earth. Yeah, let's keep bringing people on. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. But that's just not scientifically accurate. Um, we were approaching our carrying capacity line, and this is my bio shit coming out right now.
Mm.
Years ago, like before 2010 hit, like a
Oh,
carrying
yeah.
capacity line is resources on Earth exponentially adjusted to our population.
Why do you think they banned the fucking abortions? It had nothing to do with the babies. Or,
Yeah, but
it
I
all
would have
had
done the
to,
other way. I would have been
you
like
know
advertising
yeah.
abortions.
Yeah, but it all had to do with to renew the pop. They don't even care about the babies. They're just trying to renew the population. But you
Yeah.
can't pay taxes if your mama killed you. You know what I mean? If someone went in there with
I mean,
with a
yeah.
coat hanger on you, you can't
Yeah.
go up to pay taxes and become a cog in this machine we call a country.
Well, that's what surprised me is like I gotta look at that more because I heard the growth of humanity has been exponential for so long now, and it's like we're up to what we're supposedly up to 8 billion or some shit like that, 9 billion, something like
Give or take.
give or take. But then I heard Elon, which is like my god on this earth, go to like he talked about how the rate that which babies are being born and the elderly and older people are dying is not nearly close. So like we're not giving birth nearly enough
No,
to sustain.
because more people are more open minded.
Yeah.
They don't want. I mean, they don't. They're not pressured into having children and family. A lot of people are just choosing not to.
Well, there's a lot of avenues now that people are going down that aren't family oriented. I mean, you can go to, you can go from like the very clear cut of like, oh, women and equality. It's like, yeah, we're at that point now, which is a whole thing. I'll go, but well, we have to touch on that. We'll go back to women equality, but there's that, and then there's like, oh, you're a strong, independent woman doesn't, need a family and doesn't need to go by the stereotype, and then you have people going into transgender and going down that path, and then we have I want to talk about furries because that was a little bit touched on last podcast.
Fucking furries.
But
yeah, we'll have to bring an expert on. I got an expert on that.
I want to talk on it because I don't know how much of what I've read is true, but I need help in the comments section, and like I need you guys to like send me whatever you have because I'm a little concerned about the profession I'm going into right now. Or potentially
you're going
might be.
into the furry profession?
No, teaching. And there's some articles that I've read about teaching and teachers dealing with furries and different regulations that concern me.
That's what happens when you don't beat your children.
I was gonna jump on that and be like, "Damn," and laugh, but you're right. Like, I mean, I think I was born in '97, but I think I was on the outskirts of that where like. I got the very end of it. Like my dad, when like my brother and I fucked up, like he threw a hand. You know what I mean? At us. It's like yeah, he did. Like, but I was definitely one of the last generations to do that. Like to have that as part of your fucking childhood growing up. And I feel like a lot of today is just so fucked up.
It's because parents are weak. That you got the pressure from like Children's Service Center.
But it's parents, and you know what it is that compound with it? I think it's that everyone has a fucking cell phone now. Everyone has access to technology, and everyone hears that like between their parents probably telling them that they can be anything they want to be, and then they see all these videos on the internet of people pretending to be fucking animals. And then it's like, yeah, that's cool. When you're a kid, you're growing up, you can like pretend, oh look, I'm a wolf, da, da, da. But when you're an adult, like howling at the camera and making a video and pretending like you're a fucking wolf.
It's one thing for entertainment, but you walk around like, oh, I identify as a wolf. All right, well, I identify as a toaster who likes to go for swims, but that doesn't make me a fucking toaster.
No, it's literally make believe. Like you got to wake up and be a fucking contributing member to society at some point, and it's just like at that point, it's sad because the whole transgender thing, where I would talk about, even a few years ago, it being like, hey, in my opinion, it's a mental illness. It's not like a lot of people's faults. But now you're going into people just waking up and changing saying who they are. Like, you have to talk to me like this because I'm a fucking wolf or I'm a cat. And I'm like, no, like the transgender thing was enough. Now you're telling me you're a different species.
Well, maybe Alex Jones was right. They're all turning the freaking frogs gay. But it's not working on the frogs. working on our youth.
Dude, I made a quick. I don't know if you saw that
It's
shit.
confusing our youth. That's
I
what it
watched
is.
a video and I made a quick short on fucking YouTube about that. Cause
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, somebody literally called themselves Frog and they want people to call like Frog Self and Frog, and I'm like,
No, I'm not calling you that. I'm gonna bully that person.
like we gotta draw the line at frogs, right? Like there's somewhere you have to be like, listen,
I feel yeah.
I understand society's weird right now, but why do you have to up the ante?
I think people just need attention.
It is. It's all just about attention. That's
Mhm.
all it is.
Oh yeah, you got kids. You got kids growing up. You know how confusing it was. They grow up in puberty. You're like, who the fuck am I? And there's just so much out there in the world.
Yeah. It's the perfect conglomeration of like
We were aiming at the mother.
my. It's the perfect conglomeration of like mind fuckery along with society having technology. To now technology being at every kid's fingertips, and it's
Yeah, they're dumb as ever.
yeah, there's no incentive to do more.
Yeah, God forbid if you hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, and if you do, it's like, hey, we're we're gonna cancel you, and it's like, all right,
Oh yeah, you can't
bring it on.
Like something I said 10 years ago. Like you're a different person then. Like I've said some shit that I don't feel guilty about. I probably shouldn't have said it because guilt holds you down, and I don't feel bad about it because I was right. I was right to call those people that because they were. I'm not gonna say the word, but we know what we were talking about. But but I never said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was. I met some cool people of other subspecies that I have no problem with. But some of them are. Some of them are a bunch of fucking,
You don't know.
I'm sorry to keep fucking up your camera.
Oh, you're good. No, I'm just trying to like fucking
That's
like.
because you produce a thing.
Yeah, I know. There you go. That works. No, I just. Yeah, I gotta bring my tripod over here. I gotta get a clip for it. Just put my phone on it. But
just hire a Mexican to hold it.
And now we're canceled.
Yeah,
No,
that's not right. Oh, there goes all fucking all of our subscribers and views.
Sorry, we're kidding. God damn it.
Subscribe until you said.
Listen, I work for a landscaping company. I get it.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over. And they're good workers. I swear to God.
Yeah, some of them. A good amount of them are. I've seen some lazy ones.
Yeah, but there's lazy white people. There's lazy everybody. Like it's just across the board.
Mostly
It's their. I mean, it's
Well, no, the illegal ones are good workers. The ones who are born here are lazy.
Oh, because they have the.
Yeah, because they can't get kicked out. I knew an illegal alien. He was hooked up with a white chick. And every time they used to get into a fight, she would threaten to call ICE on him. He used to ride his bike every day to work and all that. And then she'd get all fucking cracked out. He used her for food stamps and like to stay in the country. But she'd get mad and threaten to call the people on him. And one time she fucking threw his bike in the middle of the street.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was hilarious. She was a wasp too. I hung out with one of her scumbag daughters. I don't know why I was hanging out with these people.
Listen.
It was my 20s. I don't even remember who they are, but that's one of the stories. It's fucking funny.
Oh my God, people I hung out with wasn't my teen years, but after my dad,
Kurt Cobain.
Well, I say after. It was actually, I would say it was right before because I was still over there with him, but it was around that time. We had some fucking crazy neighbors. Like, you know what? I'm gonna tell two stories here. The first story is gonna be the neighbors that we had. You always have those people in your life that you will go back to, and there's like stories that you pick on, and you're like they're golden gems. You know, to like talk about like later on in your life. Well, we had some neighbors. I'm not gonna give out last names, but they're Tony and Janet. And God forbid if my family ever listens to this, because they're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
They should be listening. Support your son.
But but so we had neighbors that we like when I was like a toddler, like maybe 5 at the oldest.
Jesus, good memory.
I know, and I remember this because I was right around that age. They were fucking nuts. We went to we would rent out beach houses. We would go down to fucking Delaware and rent out beach houses with them, and we split the costs, and that was like a whole thing. But the one fucking summer, these smart ass teenage kids kept, going out in front of the house, in front of their house, and parking in front and blocking the driveway, and
just being fucking
just being assholes.
Like on purpose.
I don't know. They didn't give a fuck. So Tony, the guy, he fucking came out the one day, caught the one kid getting out of the truck in the car, and was like, "Hey." He's like, if you you can't fucking park here. You keep blocking us in. You keep taking up our spots. Like, you can't park here. This is, reserved and shit.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So he gave him a warning for it, and he's like, dude, don't fucking park here again. Well, a couple days later, not even a week, they ended up there. They parked there again. I remember this specifically because I think my dad was out, and it was the summertime, and my dad was fucking putting up lights for the 4th of July and shit, and getting shit looking good with the flag. And I was just sitting out in the fucking back porch, I don't know, fucking probably playing Game Boy or some shit. But I remember vaguely, looking over, seeing him, basically, because the kid got out and he went down the street, and Tony went in the house next door. And I was like, all right, and he came out holding the bucket. And I was like, what the fuck is he having in the bucket? I was like, okay. I didn't know until my dad told me what happened, later on. That motherfucker went out back and shit in the bucket. Himself shit in the bucket.
Jesus Christ.
And rubbed it on the door handles of all their fucking the truck that they pulled up in. All 4 door handles. Took a rag and wiped it underneath. And then just went back in the fucking backyard and then went in his house and didn't come out. And then I was sitting there, I was like, that was weird. I'm just sitting there, and then I remember the fucking 2 of the kids came back and they just grabbed the handles. They're like, what is this? Smelled like ugh. They're gagging and shit. What the fuck is this? He literally wiped his own shit on their doorknobs. And I was like, that is the best fucking punishment I could think of. Oh my god, that is so fucked, but it is so hilarious.
He went to 0 to 100.
He went 0 to 100 and was like, bro, what
you work
the
up
fuck?
You
work up to shitting in a bucket and throwing it on the car.
It's like, all right, I know how this is gonna work.
No, but oh my god, I remember that so specifically. It's so fucking hilarious. Because I was like, I remember them freaking out, and I didn't understand why until my dad explained it later on. And I was like, he shit in the bucket and then put it on the handle? I was like, yep. He told me about it afterwards. And I'm like, oh my god. He was like, I thought it was dog shit at the time. I was like, no. He's like, I shit in the bucket. It was my shit. And I was just like, dude.
It's like, it's dog shit? You don't even own a dog. Oh. Shit.
Dude, I thought it was dog shit. I don't have a dog.
Can you imagine him just sitting there at the fucking blinds, just like a chair and a cigarette, just kind of waiting, just
shit in the bucket,
just giggling, just fucking. All the lights are off, just sitting there smoking, looking in the fucking blinds.
These are the fucking people, man.
Just waiting. His wife comes, what are you doing? Just watch.
I know a lot of people have stories like this of these people you've grown up next to and just in your life. And please, God, share the stories in the comments section below, because there are some people in my life that I've taken lessons from and that have just fucking spoken to me on this level of that's just perfect. That's golden story time. Tales. There is another one that fucking I call her the snake lady now. So they moved out, and then we had new neighbors come in. And at this point, I was fucking early teenager, probably 13, something like that. And she was very kind of like you, because I thought about getting terrariums too. She was very she wanted reptiles and she wanted shit in the house like that. It was cool. She had 2 different types of lizards, and then she had a snake.
Oh, nice.
And she had it was a boa constrictor. So she, the one time, that was the first time that we ended up going over there. My dad started getting out more after the divorce and shit. He's like, yeah, let's go over and hang out. Oh, a few beers. You want to come along? They have some kids to hang out with. I'm like, all right, whatever. I play some games. And we were outside next to the fire, and she brought out this fucking boa constrictor. She took it out of the thing and brought out the boa constrictor. Yeah. And I was like, fucking cool. I love snakes and shit. Like I always look for gardeners and stuff, like awesome shit.
Yeah, they're fun to play
I
with.
put them around my neck and then his neck, and then she's fucking like sitting there, and she was always flirty. She married. She was married. Like they had kids over there,
Yeah.
but she was flirty with my dad to where like I even noticed as a fucking teenager. I'm like, she's getting on your fucking case. Like,
Yeah.
be careful because the husband's in the house. You know what I mean? Like, but she came up and she put it over his neck and she was like, yeah. She's like, I started getting a tattoo and she's like doing this and she's like right up the side and she's like she's like she started pulling her shirt up like this and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And she was like, and I want to get it finished all the way wrapped around and then I want to get the fang like right over my fucking like right tit and literally how she said it. And she was like, do you want to fucking see where it's gonna? She was like going to pull it up for my dad, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I understand, but like, I think we got the visual image, like,
talk eccentric.
I mean, as a fucking 13-year-old, I'm sitting there like,
maybe you're like, yes, I want to see where you want to put.
I want to see where the fangs are. It's okay. A 13-year-old that has never seen a tit in his life live was like, bro, show me where you want the snake to end. Strangle me with it. I mean, I got some problems now, but But yeah, no, it was, dude. The neighbors I have had growing up, holy fuck.
I had one neighbor get tased by the cops. They were counts. I don't know if they were crackheads or what the deal was, but him and his wife, like one of the couple who just like argue all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's like the cops were there at like night after fucking night, just fighting on the stupid shit. And the one time I think the wife was acting out, and I think the guy was sober, or he had like a few, but he wasn't. He was trying to calm her down.
Yeah.
But they're there so often, the cops showed up, and like he went to step off the porch, and they just fucking tased him.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just tased him, and he's like, I don't even do. And then they took him away in the drunk tank.
They're like, no, fuck this shit.
Like he's all fucked up. Like she clawed him up good. It's like, why are you? I was like, why are you?
Tase her.
Yeah, right.
She's a fucking rabid animal here.
Yeah, I guess. Well, all the other times it was kind of like it was
fucking equal rights.
It was fucking insane. It was hilarious.
Oh, that's gonna fucking do that.
Pissed off the landlord.
There we go. That's better. I can see both. That's fucking.
I can't remember my neighbors. I had some Spanish kids who used to fight. No, maybe they're half black. I don't remember. They're trash. I think one's a fag. The one's fat.
Whoa, we can't use that F word. Fat, fine. Fag. Oof.
Oh yeah. We're not that.
Listen, we're not.
Listen, it'll haunt me in like 10 years if this ever goes anywhere.
Yeah, you're never gonna run for president.
I'm not gonna get on Joe Rogan on level. I don't think I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, I mean,
they used to antagonize us. They used to come and throw rocks at our side of the house. I don't know what their deal was. Yeah, we used to go out there and fucking smack around, call it a day.
It's funny because like now if that shit like went down, it'd be like all over the news on every fucking major like media source.
Yeah,
it's like
they weren't black, but they're like half. They're like
no, but you know what I mean. Like
it's kind of
like
they're basically tan. Like you know what I mean? You can tell they might. You know what I mean? They're hard. One of those that where you couldn't really tell. Except the one still had the rat tail. I know so because that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I remember when food stamps were stamps. They used to be on big rollers in grocery stores.
Okay.
We never used them. No, that's not true. I used them. We were poor. I'm not ashamed.
Well, I wouldn't be ashamed of shit. I
wish I had some food stamps. Be able to eat every day. Eat good. Eat steak and lobster every night.
I haven't had lobster in so long.
I can't remember last time.
Lobster's so good.
That's true. Like 7 years ago, I had lobster. I used to work up at the rehab center. One of the friends of the CEO would send Maine lobsters to our kitchen. Yeah. And we would cook them for him and his corporate asshole buddies. His sober group. They were full of fucking rich snobs. They thought they were the mob. They really did. They walked like they were all Italian.
Oh, they were like
to be Italian, like
high and mighty on themselves.
Yeah, they were all because they're all like Italian, And they were all like 90 years old. I'm like, it was like a gay party. We used to make fun of them in the kitchen. Like, you know, I mean, we served some banging ass food, but like at the same time, it was hard not to make fun of some of them. Like,
Right.
look at them. He dipped his hand in water. Just go fucking wash your hands. Like, you're not, like, who do you think you are? The fucking Sopranos? The Al Capone coming in the rehab center getting but they would charge him like $25 a plate. But it was like a buffet style.
Yeah.
So it was nice. That was good.
Shit.
They used to. The plus side to working that, because we would be there till like 10 o'clock at night, and we were there at like 6 o'clock to prep for the patient. We had to cook for patients, and then we had to deal with them.
Right.
But for the longest time they would take a collection, and then they give it to the people who like the kitchen and some of the maintenance staff that help with the party, help set up the party. So that was nice.
That's good. Huh.
But like, yeah, I'm sure most of them were cool. But we're asshole cooks. It still would stay way too easy to crack jokes.
Well, it's ingrained in the blood.
Oh, I know, we're assholes. There's nothing we can do about it, and I'm pretty sure they knew it. I make fun of everybody.
I felt like I was a lot better when I started. Like, you know, when I started cooking what, fucking 16, so now I'm 25. Oh, fuck me. 9 years ago when I started that pizza place. And now I went through a couple different places, and I've been at Barrel for a while. I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's just busting balls, man. It's like, but like everyone's like, oh, you can't do shit
that's
like
how you
that.
get. That's how
like,
you get through the shit.
You gotta bust ball. It's like that's what a line is, and I understand. Like, you could do it. I was like, well, yeah, but you can't. All right, there's a level. I'm not gonna drop names, but there's a level to where you can't go through a window at any place and start telling the servers they're pieces of shit. Which we know who we're dropping names on, but like, I get it. Like, we love this man or female, but like,
You're a piece of shit. Yeah,
it's legit though. Like, I get that.
Yeah,
I understand.
To be fair, he was accurate about good. At least five of them.
Certain ones, yeah, but like when you're looking at it in terms of a place of work, you can't like go through and say that. Like, I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, especially when the hens run the house.
Yeah.
Oh, their fucking tits getting in a fucking knot.
And the one hen that doesn't run the house that listens to this podcast, we love you.
I don't know who that is, but I don't care.
Hey, you do. You know the one.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't count. What the fuck is that?
He's gonna listen to this and be like, "What the fuck?"
He knows who I'm talking about when I say the hens run the house.
I know. He knows.
That's my favorite joke.
I don't know. I think low key, high key, he understands too.
He feels our pain. He's just like us, just collecting a check.
Shout out.
I can't wait we all quit. I can't wait.
Oh,
I'm not happy.
Listen, I'm doing what I'm doing. Like that's all I tell anybody anymore. I'm like,
I think my main problem.
I'm doing a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit in the works. I got some shit that I'm trying to just. I'm doing shit that's gonna make me happy, and it's like, I understand how much time I put into certain places. This is advice going out to anybody that feels stuck. If you have shit you want to do, and it sounds like maybe too good to be true, or like not everyone can do that, just fucking do it. Just go for it. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have space to do it in your life, try to work on it, make it happen, even if it's slowly.
Yeah, right.
Have a real, and I'm serious, have a fuck it attitude. Like, just go for it. And that's everything right now that I'm looking at. I'm just trying shit out. Like, I have so much shit that I'm just like, oh, try this, try that, try this. Just fucking try it. Life's fucking short. You know what I mean? Just do it. Like, I was at a place for so long, and I'm generally thinking, like, I don't know if I'm going to get to the point where I want to get to, just because a whole bunch of factors, but I got that feeling that the time frame I want shit to happen in is not going to happen.
Yeah, it's stale. It's gone stale.
So I'm kind of slowly accepting it, and I'm just trying other stuff. You know, I have a degree I'm sitting on. I'm trying to find a job that leads in that. It's just like, just do shit. Like that's all I can tell anybody listening to this. Don't be afraid. Like don't be afraid of changing up if you've been in a place for so long. Just fucking make the leap. And I'm in that
Yeah.
spot right now. Like just do it.
Yeah, you feel
Fuck it.
you feel stuck. You need
As soon as you start looking for shit, you realize that life isn't going to change that much if you jump ship. There's a lot of options probably for you, like right out of the gate.
yeah, nowadays.
Just fucking jump ship and like try something else if you feel like that. I'm not saying don't be dedicated to something, but like if you like it, but I'm just saying if you feel stuck, I just don't stay in the same spot for years because I know my brother was like that. He did the same shit. Like he worked at Lowe's for years. It was the same thing. People told him he should be managing at this point, and he's like, every time somebody goes to manage, they screw them over and do some other shit, and he ended up like not doing it after years, and he changed careers. He's a truck driver now. You know what I mean? Like he makes pretty good money doing that. So it's like, just make a hop. Like don't be afraid to do that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Close your eyes and jump.
Yeah, fuck it.
What do you got to lose? You either fly or you hit the ground. You splat your ass on the ground.
Yeah. Break a wing, it'll heal.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Fuck it.
Stale, not happy. It's killing my creative output.
Yeah, every time that does have an effect on other projects
So
too. Because the
fucking
more I'm
miserable.
drained from that place, the more I'm kind of like I get
I get
home and I
cold.
want to do
Yeah.
shit, and I'm like I just want to fucking lay around and do
Yeah,
shit because I'm like I don't know, man. Like it really drains you.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Especially the holiday season really fucked me with that.
Yeah, it sucks.
I got fucking notifications going off on my phone.
Fans. The fans are hitting us up.
Oh yeah, all the fans.
All the millions.
In millions. That's gonna get copyrighted, isn't it? They're fucking smacked down for a fucking rock
What
quote.
the fuck are you gonna sue us for?
I don't. He's not even. He doesn't know he
I
exists.
got 2 pennies in my pocket. You can have them.
There's one on the table too.
And a chapstick. I know.
There's three. There you go. There's three.
See screens too. In my pipe. Wesley pipes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fucking. I don't know what you're doing. I'm all
Oh.
dried up now. I gotta wait till heyday.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can go a couple days. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Won't hurt me. Everybody else is gonna have a problem.
Everyone else's mental health is gonna be affected by it.
Yeah, because I'm.
Speaking of that shit, like I was noticing like mental health and shit, man. Holy shit. I was laughing so much because I started thinking about ironic stuff, and I was like, all the people that like really preach about mental health, like on Twitter and on like all these social media sites.
Yeah, they're full of shit. Have some.
Well, yeah, they're full of shit, but it's more of like.
You're good. I gotta blow my nose.
Oh, okay.
Just keep going.
No, you're good.
I just don't want the millions to see it.
The millions won't see the real life snot dribble. That's all right.
I'm fighting a head cold.
Oh yeah.
I've been sick for like a week, but
Everyone's fucking sick.
It's up and down.
Yeah, it's rough. But what the fuck was I saying?
Fuck my phone.
The fuck?
You're good.
No,
We're talking about mental health.
Oh, mental health. Yeah, that's what I was going with.
Yeah.
Goddamn, thank you. No, I was saying I find it funny that like everybody on Twitter and all social media that always fucking like talk about support mental health and do this and that. They're always the ones like there always seem to be the kind of people the reason why I'm in therapy. Like they're always the ones that are like yelling down people's throats and are like, like you should support everyone, and then they're in the meantime calling everybody a piece of trash that doesn't agree with them, and I'm like, all right, well, you see a problem, an ironic trend here? Like
it's almost like being like depressed is the thing.
It's a fad. It's like a fucking trend.
Yeah.
It's trendy.
It sucks, but because there's really people out there who are really fucking struggling.
It's like a certain someone we were talking about, and only if a few viewers are talking to are fucking talking to us, listening to us, you'll know what we're talking about. But being trendy, since we were talking shit earlier, we're not going to bring up a name because
We don't do
just
that.
in case we don't do that.
We don't do
But there's certain people out there that really fit the mold of certain stereotypes, and we were talking. I know you know what I'm talking about already.
Yeah.
Talking about reaching out and playing the victim and trying to get attention, and it's a fad, it's a trend. Yeah, there's a lot of people in everyday lives that you know that go on and we'll just go on those social media platforms and just
Yeah.
post shit like, oh,
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
comment bait and shit.
yeah, comment bait, try to get all the attention they can get, and it's like, I know some people are in rough spots, and some people maybe need a little bit of fucking dopamine rush to be like, oh, somebody cares. Like, I get it. Listen, I understand that, but there are
Yeah.
some people that just fish for it consistently, and it's just fucking bullshit.
Yeah. There's other ways to catch a dopamine high.
Yeah, and I'm saying this as like a person that wants to like listen. I would if you fucking talk to me one on one, I'd support your ass. Like I'd talk to you like as a legitimate human, regardless how I feel about you. I'll have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like everyone goes through shit, but I just feel like social media is ruining so much shit.
Yeah.
Social media is ruining just having conversations in public, man. We kind of touched on it before, but like,
I kind of like it. I don't really like people, but that's me. I don't really.
but like,
I'm not
there's
good
an
with
extent
people.
to where I get what you're saying. Like, I like it, but there's an extent to where it's literally ruining people's social skills as a whole. Like,
Yeah.
trying to hold a conversation with somebody like is fucking damn near impossible
Like,
anymore.
It's like if it's not a meme or a tweet, there's like I don't know, or a 30-second video.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's all the
that's
attention span. That's all you have.
Because like it's even like in the games. Like because I'm a gamer. Like I can sit for hours on a game. Like nowadays, it's these newer shit. It's just like the game's over in fucking 5 minutes. Like you just rush through it.
Yeah, everything is geared towards
So incomplete.
packing a punch early on and less attention span and no
Yeah.
longevity, which means that
Yeah.
brings no dedication
Yeah.
to anything
Yeah,
long term.
you're left being stuck.
And you're
You're like, oh, what the fuck do I do now?
yeah, exactly. It's fucked up, and it's like even going to shit like at the bar, like people like trying to pick up somebody. It's like I've been there where you go to talk and it's like, well, maybe you just the way you said it, and it's like, well, no, but what I'm saying is I'll walk up. I'll usually spark up a conversation with some fucking random thing, be like, hey, what you drinking? And then, like, start talking about random shit. But, like, if all you're getting back is one-word responses and you're just holding that whole conversation.
Yeah, it gets aggravating.
It's like, all right, dude, I'm like, you got to throw something out here intriguing. Like, I'm not the only one trying to make this shit work. Like.
Right. Or just like, listen, I'm not really in the mood for a conversation.
Yeah, if you're not down for it, just say that shit.
It's not being rude. Just like, listen, I'm not really.
I would walk away. I'd be like, all right, that's fair enough.
Right,
I was like, enjoy your drink, like, like, fuck it.
All right, but I'll be over there.
Yeah. Like.
I'll be there, yeah.
But no, it's not like it's not just that. It's like literally people can't hold conversations anymore. Like even when you see people like out to dinner and shit, couples, it's like half the time they're on their phone 70% of the time, 80% of the time, and 20% of the time they're fucking looking at each other. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's a fucking weird world. Like making connections is so much harder today, and then maintaining it.
Even maintaining it.
It's a whole other fucking issue.
Nobody wants to work, like, sit and work. Like, as soon as, like, one bad thing happens in a relationship, okay, I guess it's not working.
It's like, I don't know, it's not good. Let me go fuck this other guy.
Yeah,
it's
you're in a real relationship. People,
yeah.
Sometimes you just don't vibe well.
Yeah, that happens.
Couples argue all the fucking time. Like, that's marriage. 80% of it is getting yelled at by your wife.
Yeah.
It's like, you fight, you sit down, you figure the fuck out, and then you work past it.
Yeah.
Like, it's it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't. That's when they're like, oh, I don't think this is working. I'm like, all right, well, what did I do now?
Yeah.
That's not working. Which is completely understandable because I am very difficult to deal with. I am way too emotional.
Well, like I said,
even though I walk around like a fucking.
Everybody has their shit, but if you have somebody that's willing to marry, you know what I mean, marry a partner, marry into it.
I don't think it's.
There should be an understanding that you have. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, it's not. There's no value left in it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's the point? Which is fine.
And everyone's getting divorced. Anyone that gets fucking married gets, you know what I mean? Like,
it costs so much.
It's
you're
like
just wasting money.
It's another fad at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just I think you know what it is. It's like the Hallmark bullshit. You know what I mean?
And then going back to Bill Burr, I love quoting him, but then there's these gold digging whores.
Yeah.
That just take half of everything, you know what I mean? Marry a fucking rich guy and like fucking.
Yeah, they take half.
That's one of my favorite parts of that fucking
they take
bit.
half his shit. That shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
I think if you should leave what you come into the relationship, and that's what prenups do.
That's what we were talking about.
Even if you're poor, you should get a prenup.
Yeah, circling right. You don't know what's going to happen to you,
right?
Professionally or
like
business, financially.
Like if you make money together,
yeah,
that's the thing. Like if you put both your assets like into a building, or like into a business or some kind of financial gain, then yeah, I think you should divvy it up. You should cut it even, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's some people.
Well, that's why we were saying before earlier on in this video about fucking. That's what I said. Like, I think you should have a prenuptial agreement, but like, you should have to renew the terms of contract.
Exactly.
Like, every so often, every year, 2 years, whatever. Like, do you want to renew?
Yeah, I think
should be like insurance.
Yeah, every couple of years, like you could renew your marriage license.
Yeah.
This way, and then you just what you came in with, you just leave. You part.
Right.
And it's even Steven.
Yeah.
You have nothing. You know what I mean.
Up until that point, you're agreed upon. If there's problems, you don't want to renew
Unless
it.
There's kids involved, then it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Well, that's always makes it difficult. Yeah.
So
if you have that shit involved, but
you got to worry about child support, and
I don't know.
You don't have to deal with You don't have to deal with alimony, like that renewable. Like if you decide not to renew, you don't have to worry about. I don't think you should have to deal with alimony. But you should also go to couple counseling. I feel you should have to. You should have to do some kind of counseling. I
agree. Yeah, no, I definitely
before
agree.
You get before you decide, okay, because you get to at least try. Because that's why our grandparents stayed married for fucking 50 years.
Yeah. We think they had perfect marriages. They never fought. They never wanted to kill each other. No, fucking every day.
Yeah, you know how often I'm sure some chick.
You know how religious my grandparents were on my father's side, and how many times they said Jesus Christ in a fucking day.
Enough.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man! Like I
say it intentionally.
Oh, I say it all the time.
I
think I curse more than I say other words.
I love using God. I love using the Lord's name in vain.
I was laughing because, like, I don't know who it was. If it was, I don't remember who it was at work. One of the managers or somebody said randomly, like, because I was like throwing, because I never throw it out with like malice, but I was saying like I had very colorful language the one day, and I was just like, what the fuck? I was saying all this shit. And then somebody brought up, and Rachel was there. We'll bring up her name. She knows who she is.
Yeah, she doesn't watch the channel.
She doesn't watch the channel. But if she do, you should subscribe, goddammit. I don't give a fuck. I'll send it to you. You should better subscribe. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's the least you can do.
Yeah.
You broke this man's heart. No, you'll get.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking with you.
I don't care.
You're happy with a guy. That's cool.
Yeah, I bet he. I just hope he has a small penis. You just don't look satisfied. You look tired. I'm sorry.
Listen, this is a channel of honesty. Yeah. This is coming from the Almighty. Like,
yeah,
He reads all. Like, he gets it.
Yeah, your ass is kind of getting flat, too. It's not working out for you, sweetheart.
I might have to edit this now.
No, fuck that. Just ain't watching it. Like, it used to be nice. It used to be kind of nice. Now it's kind of getting flat. You need to start going, but you need to go back to the gym. Start doing some squats. But, yeah, I mean, I'm a fat fuck, so who am I? She's like, I don't care. You're poor. You're alright.
Oh, my God. I really didn't mean to name drop, and then when I said it, I was like, fuck, I said it out loud, didn't I? Fuck.
You're the only one who's worrying.
Anyway.
It's not like they talk to me. It's not like
they don't know a last name. Fuck it. The only one that's going to know this is the other manager.
They only talk. They only talk.
He's going to laugh.
Well, yeah. Well, they only talk to me when they need something. That's usually the case.
Fuck, I lost my story because I was kind of like dying laughing in my head right there. About cursing. That's what it's
Oh.
And I was like I was just like saying a lot of shit apparently the one day, and she brought up, she was like, somebody said like, oh, you used to curse this much, and then like she looked at her and she was like, what the fuck do you know? I was like, yeah, I always curse this much. I'm always like, I never say it with malice or like ill intent to people, but I always say fuck. I sprinkle that shit in there like parsley. Like I don't like. It's just how I talk.
Yeah, it just blends in with the rest of the
I don't
it's
think.
Usually, yeah, I mean, it's your. I think it's your tone and the direction of what you how you're using.
Yeah,
it.
I don't believe that if there is a God, by the way, which I really fucking doubt it. Yeah. But if there is, and there's an afterlife, I don't think me saying fuck or shit or cunt 30 times in a day is going to change that. Whether I go to heaven or hell.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's going to matter. I think it's more just about being a good person generally, if that's a fucking qualification. You know, being a good whatever the fuck you want to say, however you measure that. I don't think it's language based though at all. Personally, I'm a fucking man of science, and I believe in evolution, and I also believe that aliens exist. So we can get into that whole rabbit
I
hole.
love aliens.
But if you want to wrap the podcast up with that, we can do a little bit of alien talk. I don't have anything prepared for it.
Are absolutely real.
But let's just, you know what? Yeah, let's just leave this as our ending and then segue into the next, because like I'll look up a lot of shit on that.
I don't need to.
Oh
yeah.
I got Bob Lazar shit. I got all this kind of shit like wrapped up. I'm ready for that conversation on the next one. But
yeah, the universe is way too big for not to be something out there. I'm almost certain, not in our galaxy. I don't think they made good chance there's nothing in our galaxy.
I think the only reason we haven't made contact is because of the distance problem. In terms of how far away, like maybe the technology hasn't allowed us to contact, or vice versa.
I think the government,
but like you said, the galaxies.
I think the underground governments do the contacting. I just don't. You know what I mean? They just. I think we're just being researched. I think we're a lab test.
See, that's another one. The whole planet.
Yeah.
Like humans as an evolutionary aspect. I've heard that theory too, and that's kind of freaks me out. But I think about like that'd be a crazy theory. But then I think about it, and I'm like, that's actually fucking plausible.
Yeah, you're just taking all the accounts, counts it.
Yeah.
A lot of those accounts, like you can forget about like the hillbillies, because they may or may not be lying. We don't know. But you have like military pilots. Like no, we were fucking chasing something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were. Like,
no, those that like the Pentagon footage and shit.
Yeah, there's like there's no way. There's no way it was like Russia.
No,
not a chance. It's like, well, you know what a Russian plane aircraft looks like.
Yeah, they said this is not of this. Like we don't know what this is. This is not of this Earth.
Yeah,
I'm
this
like,
thing was not moving. But yeah,
I think the universe is far too fucking big for there not to be like any other. Because like we're one galaxy, and there's always this. Well, let me try to say this word: statistic that comes up. That always fucks with my brain, and I bring it up all the time. And it's like there are more galaxies that we know of, like estimated, than there are grains of sand on Earth. And I'm like, holy fuck! So you're telling me there's that many galaxies? You're telling me that we're the only one that contains like intelligent life? Fuck that!
No.
Like that's not even.
It could be.
No.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We don't have technology to find out yet.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? You don't know. They could be a lesser developed life form out there.
Yeah.
Like it could be somewhere out there where it's just like a primitive version of what we have. Like there's some kind of version of a dinosaur.
And same way, there could be a fucking another fucking planet that's like has technology that's like how many years ahead of us, and they're like fucking doing crazy shit. Like it's just is what it is. But having us be the experiment, like we can be the experimental factor of something that somebody's looking at, like studying, just to see how we behave and shit. Like, I think they're gonna wait till we start to blow up, start to hit the button on the red nukes, the red button, and then they're gonna be like, whoa, before we blow up the whole experiment.
I think I don't know. They might just let us and say, all right, well, let's just fucking start over.
And that'll be scrapped.
Yeah.
Be like, well, it took them that long to get there, and then we'll start over.
Yeah. Can you ever hear the Chernobyl explosion in the Russian nuclear?
I know Chernobyl. I know what you're talking about. But
I was watching this. I can't remember what it was. It was some kind of documentary about it, and apparently they had there was a UFO sighting, either at the time around the time of the explosion.
Okay.
So and then some of the things were that they might have started it, but there was one guy saying that because it wasn't as bad as expected, that they might have like kind of numbed it down to where like it didn't take out everybody.
Almost like a warning shot.
Or they knew it was going to be bad,
right?
But they kind of like brought the level down on it. Like, it's still pretty fucking bad.
Well, yeah, Chernobyl's fucking notorious. I mean, it's like it's a big fucking disaster, but
I know.
Damn.
I watched that. You ever see that show, River Monsters?
I fucking love River Monster. Jeremy
Yeah,
Wade.
yeah. He goes and tries to catch Welsh catfish in the
Yeah.
Chernobyl pond. And he has to have like a radiation meter on him.
Jesus. I want to watch that now. I haven't watched that in so long.
That's a good show.
It's a fucking great show.
Can you imagine how boring it is to film that shit, or how miserable it is?
How many hours you got to stand with that guy just to get like one catch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's if he catches anything, because he doesn't always catch. He doesn't always catch.
No.
You got to carry that gear and just sit in shitty rivers, covered in like getting bit by fucking bugs and nearly falling into those goddamn things. So good show.
River Monsters is a fucking great show, though.
Yeah, that's a plug.
River Monsters.
Pay us.
Go check out River Monsters. Check it out. It's a fucking great show if you haven't seen it. Jeremy Wade. Holy shit. He loses shit. He catches some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, we learned a lot too because I think he's a marine biologist.
I watched that
too.
so much. Yeah. Well, that was my other fucking passion. Like, I went for biology, but if I moved, I wanted to become a marine biologist. Yeah. Fuck, man. Like, there's some crazy shit in the ocean. And we've only explored, like, what is it? Under, like, 20% of it or some shit like that.
Yeah,
something crazy.
Yeah, it's so vast and deep.
It's a lot less than that.
We
It's
know
like
more
it's
about
less than, I know it's less than 20, but
space than we do our ocean.
it's less than, I think it might be closer to like 10 or fucking 8. It's weird. It's something really low.
Yeah, I think only like the last like 20 years we found like thousands of deep sea species.
Yeah,
like,
that's why all these things that they call they say like they label extinct. It's just because we don't have technology to explore certain depths in certain areas yet.
Right.
So we're like, well, we're saying they're extinct because we haven't seen them.
Yeah,
but
or
like
we just don't even know exactly.
that's why whenever everyone talks about like shit like fucking megalodon's extinct, and you're like, well, I don't know, man. And it's like, listen, none of us actually fucking know.
No, I don't think it. I don't think we would. I think we would have found it.
Well, megalodon is one that you're like, I think because of its diet might be plausible.
Yeah, we would notice. I think we would notice a small population of megalodon.
But there's so many species that like they label like, oh, we don't know, or they don't even know about species. Like they label extinct or whatever. It's like, yeah, you have no idea though.
Yeah,
like you can physically have no idea when you've only explored like 10% of the ocean.
Yeah, we can't get down that deep. But I don't think anything. Yeah, I'm almost certain because I think I watched one biologist. He's like, "There's no fucking way." It's just because the diet.
It would eat so much.
You would notice that a whale population because they would hunt whales. Like, they're big. They're the size of they're what 36 feet long, almost 50 up to 50.
Yeah,
like they be feeding.
They dwarf a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, they would feed. They would dominantly feed on whales. Like you would notice if some whales were washing up with giant
chunks.
Yeah, half eaten.
Yeah.
Like it would be way too often. Maybe every now and again you get a real good big old shark coming around. Yeah. Like a good great white, big female great white. Or
taking
something.
a chunk out of something. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't think you're going to get anything because the largest shark in the world is the whale shark, and he feeds on krill.
Yeah.
And the oldest living shark, you got the Greenland shark. They can live up to they don't even know. They found them as old as 600 years old.
600 fucking years old, man.
Yeah.
And they call us the dominant species.
No, they live in the Arctic, up in the up by
I know, but it's nuts to think about that. 600 years. Like we have the fucking technology or the fucking brains.
That's because their metabolism is so slow.
That's nuts. 600 years.
Yeah, 4 to 6.
That means whales have living like those whales will be living like fucking 1400s, 1500s.
Yeah,
some of them should be alive. Yeah, at that point, like what the fuck?
They're older in our country. Some of them are even older in our country.
That's fucking nuts, man. Yeah. They say we have the technology, but I kind of want to get into that, but that'll be a whole different can of worms if we don't wrap this up because we're almost at an hour of this fucking shit.
Almost. I think we had a pretty good one.
We did. It was
some bullshit.
We have some shit to go into next week. And what I want to get into next week is we kind of just talked about it, but the whole basically we just talked about us. I mentioned being laughing at being the dominant species on this planet, and we kind of touched on a little bit with religion, a little bit of evolution and all that shit. I kind of want to get into how the fuck we ended up to be self-aware, which will be a next week's thing because
I think it wins
we'll
when
end that. But like
it's when the ancestors start and discover shrooms.
shrooms,
Yeah,
yeah,
because you know what I mean.
possible. I just think it was a mistake, which I'll give you my full breakdown of what I mean by that next time.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I think it was the biggest glitch, the biggest glitch in our fucking.
Or it was aliens.
Or it was aliens, or it was intentional. It was a glitch. Was it aliens? Was it intentional? Was it fucking shrooms?
Well, no,
Who knows?
We'll never know.
But we'll get into that shit next week and see what you guys can talk about too. I want to start off with that maybe, and see where that goes. But all right, this has been the 8th edition of All My Friends Are Grown Ups, episode 8. We'll be on Spotify. We'll be on YouTube. I'll have the links posted below for Spotify on this and vice versa. Check us out. Share us on any social media platform you guys can. We fucking appreciate it. If you know anybody that likes to listen to everyday bullshit, this kind of random talk,
just need to laugh and
Just needs to laugh.
Listen to just some idiots fucking talking.
yeah, let off steam. We're just everyday dumbasses.
Getting better.
Here.
I'm getting better at this. Social awkward. It might be all that last Jim Beam shot though.
That brought us around.
Yeah.
Well, fucking let's like, subscribe, favorite, and share wherever you can. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube, and goddamn, I think
we're working on joining some more social. What the hell? The fuck. See, there it goes again.
So,
Social media profiles.
Platforms? Yeah, we're on platforms. Yeah.
Sorry, that was pretty good. I only had one brain freeze today.
That was good.
only at the end.
Yeah, we're gonna try to go live. We're gonna try to bring some special guests on. We're gonna see if we can't work around getting a third on here. I don't want to plug a name yet until we get a confirmation. But
yeah, we get better.
You heard one guy, which I want to get him on here. Remember the background of our old podcast?
Yeah.
We'll call him Beardy, but you'll see him hopefully soon. And somebody else, which I don't want to confirm a name yet until I talk to this person. But hopefully
we're gonna get better.
We'll get her on here real soon.
Don't look like a bunch of fucking idiots sitting in front of.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely not be under any kind of influence either.
We would be completely under influence.
So, like I said, like, subscribe, share, favorite, follow on Spotify and YouTube, and subscribe. And I guess that's fucking it.
Yep.
The unfiltered, uncut, unfucking edited podcast, episode 8.
It's Saddy Daddy and Mike
is out. Till next time.